some of these performances they just did because it's like,
Oh,
we know
fucking
this guy.
Rainn Wilson as Dr. Demento.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking funny too.
He's like, Al, I knew you had bad relationships with your father, so I decided to adopt you. And he's like, no, like I'm cool with my dad now. And he's like, oh, okay, never mind. Let me just put this away. And I'm like, that was my favorite joke from him.
Welcome back to the Real Talk Podcast. In today's episode, we're gonna be quirky AF.
No, we're gonna be weird. How do you fuck up a joke, Josh?
Well,
we're
it's
gonna
because
be
you're wearing
weird.
such a quirky shirt, and I was like, I don't want to be weird because that's a little too on the nose.
Kermit the Frog here. Why are
You know
there so
what?
many songs about rainbows?
Let's talk like Kermit for the entire review. Today we watched
Nope.
Weird, the Al Yankovic
The Al
story.
Yankovic story.
And oh boy, this movie.
Oh boy.
Starring Daniel Radcliffe
As Weird Al.
as Weird Al. So Neves, what did you think of this movie?
I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. Pretty solid, man.
Pretty solid, man.
I liked the movie. I liked
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I think the one thing I liked about it was we got to have more of like parodies. 'Cause, You know,
Yes.
back in the day, there was parodies like Airplane, Naked Gun,
Yeah.
you know, Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, and you know, those are nice parodies back in the day. But around the 2000s, they kind of went to shit.
Yeah, we
It
got
kinda
to
went
getting
to-
the stoner comedies.
No, it's like
and-
epic movie, like that was what was considered a parody.
Oh,
You know,
you're talking about
disaster movie and
parodies. Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and it's just like we gotta go back to the parodies of like the 80s and 90s, and I feel like Weird, the Al Yankovic story was just that, and I want to congratulate Weird Al Yankovic because he is a very talented individual. He's a funny guy. He's been in the entertainment industry since like the late 70s,
Mhm.
and he hasn't really had any like falling outs or anything like that. He hasn't had any
true.
drama and stuff. So I found it very funny.
And you would
that his-
imagine that he would get into it. He'd get into drama for doing parodies of other people's songs.
Not really.
But no.
No, it's not like his life was anything crazy. It wasn't like
You're telling me that this movie wasn't real? This movie, his life was crazy, dude.
do you watch Funny or Die, the YouTube channel?
No.
Okay, so you got to watch this video because that's what began this movie in the first place. There was a Funny or Die video from like 10 years ago saying like Weird, the Al Yankovic Stories trailer,
Yeah.
and starred Aaron Paul as Weird Al Yankovic. And he's
I'm
just
Weird
like,
Al, y'all. I'm Weird Al, bitch.
No, like legit. He's just like, you're all a bunch of sheep, man. Like that's how he talked, and it was the funniest thing ever. Like, remember the scene where Daniel Radcliffe was shirtless drinking
Yeah,
and stuff?
yeah.
They did that scene from the trailer that came out 10 years ago. He was
Yeah.
like drinking, he's like, you're all a bunch of fakes. And he's like had a relationship with Madonna and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like all that. Yeah.
So if you guys haven't watched this movie already, it's a biographical film, but not at all. It's just they made a movie about his life and they
Yeah.
put through in a bunch. I don't think did he actually get kidnapped by the cartel?
Of course he did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And he went and met he killed Pablo Escobar, and now he's dead.
He was the one, yes.
And he died at the end, right?
Yep. He
So,
died at
yeah.
the end, 1985. Rest in peace, Weird Al.
Yeah, the guy that
You'll
right
be
now is
missed.
just a lizard.
Yes, he
Yeah.
is. Very, very much so.
But yeah, so this movie, I liked this movie quite a bit
Mhm.
because I haven't. What happened? Like I haven't seen a good comedy in a while. you know?
Yeah.
I'd say the last good comedy I watched in terms of what's come out recently was probably Good Boys.
Good Boys was good.
Good Boys was good. Before then, I can't really even think of any
No.
other than like maybe like Grown Ups and Grown Ups 2.
I'm talking like in terms of movies that had comedy in it, Everything Everywhere. There were scenes
Well,
in
yeah.
that where I was in tears.
Yeah, absolutely. There are funny movies, but I'm talking about like a comedy movie. like-
Comedy movie.
yeah.
Well, that just reminds me, like we talked briefly about Dewey Cox.
yeah.
That movie, holy shit. I in terms of like parody biopics, that's like the gold standard.
Yes.
It's like, Dewey, you cut me in half or whatever. And then the doctor shows up and he's like, I'm afraid he didn't make it. I was like, why? He's like, he was cut in half.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh my God. My baby boy.
Him just singing, take my hand, and all the girls just tear their shirts off for him.
Yes. Oh, it's to me like Dewey Cox was like it parodied every single music biopic. Like
Yeah.
it went from like Bob Dylan to like Brian Wilson to like all these artists.
Yeah.
And Weird Al kind of did that, but it did it in the movie biopic trope.
Yeah.
So like made fun of like The Doors, which was the Val Kilmer. Holy crap, I don't know the artist's name. Shit. I'm going to get flack for that. Um, but he made fun of like The Doors. He made fun of like various biopics that took itself very seriously. I think it even made fun of Elvis at a certain point in terms of its editing style.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that, and you don't need to watch all these biopic films to understand the humor. The humor is so absurd that you kind of already get the gist of it. Like when he gets inspired by music,
Yeah.
and it's like my bologna.
Yeah.
He just stares at a
You
bologna for
just
like
look at his
5 minutes. He just,
my bologna.
and it's like, oh man, no, Al, you gotta wait until the music gets popular. You can't just make one song and expect it to make big hits. Listen to the radio and it's just like, my bologna is at the top charts
I
for
know.
4 weeks now, and it's
Just
like,
walks into the radio station. Here's a song. Okay. One of it's #1 Billboard.
Billboard of all time.
That was fucking.
Oh, that's
I loved
great.
this movie. I think I gotta make my parents watch this movie. This movie was too good.
It was too good.
Yeah,
man.
and then I need to get my youngest brother to watch it just for the Pablo Escobar plot line.
Oh yeah.
And then Madonna became the new cartel member.
Yeah.
Cartel leader.
That was amazing.
Oh, this movie was so fucking good. Daniel Radcliffe. Let's talk about Daniel Radcliffe for a
Daniel
second.
Radcliffe. Okay, so in terms of portraying Weird Al, he doesn't sound like Weird Al
No.
at all. But I think that's the joke.
Yeah.
I think the joke is because it was like Aaron Paul. Aaron Paul is not Weird Al. He can't act like Weird Al Yankovic.
No, it's just a guy that everyone likes.
No, not only that, but I think Weird Al intended that for both iterations of the YouTube trailer and the movie. It's like, okay, I want to get an actor that's recognizable, but is nothing like me in terms of mannerisms.
Yeah.
I just put a wig and a mustache on him. That's all you need.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's what he intended because Radcliffe, I love his performance
Uh-huh.
because it's just like he's just doing an American accent.
Yeah.
He doesn't sound like if you watch old interviews of Weird Al back in the 80s, like, which I like, but he's got the chaotic like attitude still of Weird Al. Like he's just all over the place and
yes,
stuff.
yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not the mannerisms. It's like Social Network.
Ah.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yes.
He doesn't sound like Zuckerberg at all, but he gives off that, that feeling
Yeah.
that like, oh yeah, I could tell right off the bat. I would compare it to that,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
That's an interesting point, actually.
Yeah.
And at no point during this movie did I start to think, I'm going to compare, this is like the Social Network. Yeah, the Weird Al Yankovic and Social Network. Yeah, these movies are one and the same.
No, that's fair. But in terms of like biopics, like it makes fun of like, oh yeah, he met the bass player from Queen. He met this guy or
Yeah.
whatever. Or what was it? Jack Black plays Wolfman Jack.
Yep.
You do like some of these performances they just did because it's like,
Oh,
oh, we know
fucking-
this guy.
Rainn Wilson as Dr. Demento.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking funny too.
It's like, Al, I knew you had bad relationships with your father, so I decided to adopt you. And he's like, no, like I'm cool with my dad now. And he's like, oh, okay, never mind. Let me just put this away. And I'm like, that was my favorite joke from him. Or it's just
Or I just loved like the whole like the plot line of all these biographical films is like, when I was a child, I was never allowed to do music. Or I had this like
oh my
relationship
God.
with music, and it's like, I played accordion at a poker party. You're no son of mine.
I like that there's a polka party
Yeah,
at a high school.
dancing the wormy polka.
It's like, Al, what are you so afraid of going to a polka party? And
Yeah.
it's just like, guys, look at these albums. Oh, and they're like dancing to polka music, and it's the funniest shit ever.
His dad's he's like, you can never play polka.
I never played polka.
And then like when it all comes around at the end, I was an Amish man and I got kicked out of my tribe for playing the accordion. This is why you can never play accordion, Al.
I wrote this song called Amish Paradise.
Yeah. All right, Dad. If that's how it is, I'm an Amish paradise.
Also, I was worried because of the timing of this movie releasing.
What do you mean?
Coolio, he passed away.
Oh, I don't know who Coolio is.
Oh, okay. Coolio was the guy who sang Gangster's Paradise. That was parodied Amish Paradise. This film came out like a few weeks before he passed away. So as I was watching the film, you saw like Coolio being all pissed off and stuff. I'm like, oh, I hope they don't go anywhere with a joke like that, especially now. Which they didn't.
Okay.
It was just him being like, come on, man.
I just got like some of the harshest looks of my life when I said I didn't know who Coolio was.
Coolio, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm sorry, guys.
Dangerous Minds? No?
Nope, my bad.
Okay. That was a good movie,
I
too.
listened to Phil Collins and Billy Joel. Back off.
They didn't...
Guns N' Roses and AC/DC and Bon Jovi.
Did Weird Al parody any Billy Joel songs? Probably, right?
I don't know actually.
Because I remember famously, even in the '80s, he parodied, of course, Madonna's song like a virgin,
Virgin.
like a surgeon.
Yeah.
And if you watch the music video, like a surgeon, she's actually in it.
Yeah.
So her involvement, she actually wanted Weird Al to parody it and stuff.
Yeah. For the
Yeah.
Al Yankovic boost is it called?
Yeah. As a joke in the real life. But
Yeah.
in the movie, like they had a relationship. She became like a dictator and stuff. Like they definitely went a little extreme with her character, which I think Madonna was fine with.
If Madonna wanted to be in his video, McGonagall, Professor McGonagall.
MacGyver.
See, Harry Potter was in it.
MacGruber?
Harry Potter was in it, so I thought McGonagall would be in it too. Madonna.
Madonna.
If Madonna wanted to be in his like a surgery video, she'd probably be cool with him like being like, okay, so I'm gonna put you in my movie. Okay, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna make you I'm gonna kill Pablo Escobar, and then you're gonna become the new cartel member. Then you're gonna kill me at the end.
Yeah.
She'd probably be like, okay.
She seems chill. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know Madonna. I
No,
know.
I don't. Yeah, I'll call her and ask what she thinks.
Yeah, exactly. But like other parodies, like I think the famous one is like "Eat It."
Yeah.
He got it from a psychedelic dream
Yeah.
of Raisin Bran and Captain Crunch and stuff, and he's like, "This is my
Let's
first
talk about that
original
scene
song."
when he takes the what was it? They like put it in his sandwich or something.
Oh yeah, Rainn Wilson's character.
Yeah.
No, he was having chips. And
But
he's
it's like
"You want some-"
somebody drugged him, right?
Yeah, he did. The magician guy. His,
Yeah,
his
yeah.
mentor. He's like, "You want some chips?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." And he's like talking to him about his struggles and stuff. He's like, "Oh, it's okay. By the way, I drugged this."
Yeah.
And he's like, "What?" And it's like this really crazy sequence of him like playing the guitar coming out of an egg, and then his face melts, and it was the coolest effect in the movie because that was all practical. I was like, "That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome." I love this movie.
Then he writes "Eat It," and then Michael Jackson releases "Beat It" later, and he's like, "Oh no, everyone's gonna think that I parodied Beat It, but he parodied me."
Yeah, I love that. Did you notice Weird Al's cameo in this film?
I did, yeah,
My parents didn't until like halfway in, and they're like, "Oh my god, that's him!"
yeah,
I
because
was
we were
like-
just talking about it, and Christian was like, "Oh, it was Weird Al," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in it."
Yeah, because his hair's
Yeah.
so iconic. In the '80s, it was like an afro type of hair, and
Yeah,
then
I
now
don't
it's
know,
like down and
I got more into Weird Al like in 2013 when he
really.
released what was that song? It was just parody of Blurred Lines.
Oh, word crimes.
Word crimes. I hate these word crimes.
You seem like you would like that because they kind of like correct words and spelling and shit. And you're such a boring person, Josh, that it would be like. I'm just kidding.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry.
When did sorry, did I show? I didn't order any attitude, so why am I receiving it?
You're Kermit the Frog here. I'm sorry.
Kermit the Frog. I know this is so off topic, but like,
the Weird Al biopic.
have you ever seen the those videos? Have any of you seen the videos where it's like Kermit's on Omegle? He's like, "Hey there, I'm here to find some bitches."
I know the one where it's
No,
like,
like they'll be like, "Can we take a selfie with you?" Okay. They like turn the camera, take a selfie, and he'll pull up a cucumber to pretend it's his dick.
oh my god, Josh, you dirty man.
You wore a Kermit shirt. Come on.
Shoddy. Shoddy's like a melody in my. Sorry. Back to Weird Al.
You won't, don't you? Mine. Yeah, I know. Oh wait, I said that wrong. I fucked that up. Anyways,
It's okay. For Weird Al, I
this
got
is
it.
a weird episode.
It is a weird
You
episode.
see this hat?
It's weird. It's weird, isn't it? We don't wear hats, Josh. The one time you don't wear a fucking hat.
Shit.
okay.
Anyways,
I got introduced to Weird Al by like older songs, like "Eat It," "Fat." Is like his Michael Jackson parodies were like
Yeah.
iconic.
well, yeah. I remember it was actually my dad showed me word crimes, and then I was like, "What?"
Because you're a Star Wars fan. Have you heard of this Anakin guy? It's like, oh my, this here Anakin guy. Maybe
What?
Vader someday later, but he's just a small fry. Do you not know that?
No.
He parodied the American Pie song into Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. Because like in 1999, Weird Al was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a Star Wars parody, but I'm gonna like, yeah, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna. You know what? When we're tearing down the set, we'll be listening to Weird Al.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird Al has parodied almost everything.
Yeah,
Like,
so I remember watching Blurred Lines parody came out, and then after that I was like, "Who's this Weird Al guy?"
Oh, he's great.
Which is funny because I remember I used to watch Epic Rap Battles a lot in like the 7th grade,
Oh yeah.
and he was in which one was he? He was Isaac Newton.
Yes.
he was. They did an episode where it was Bill Nye the Science Guy versus Sir Isaac Newton, and he played Isaac Newton.
Oh, yeah.
and I showed my dad it, and my dad's like, "Oh, that's Weird Al." I'm like, "Who the fuck is Weird Al?"
Oh, he's great.
Yeah,
But like he was like in the film world, he hasn't really done much. He did this film called UHF,
mm-hmm.
which was kind of like this weird comedy about like television broadcasts, which you can't really make a movie like that today because nobody gives a shit
Yeah.
about television broadcast. So what does he do? Biopics, because biopics are still a hit. And
Uh-huh.
he's like, why don't I make a biopic of myself that is so inaccurate that it's hilarious?
Yeah, and I mean, you fucking succeeded.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say so. Hell,
Oh, what was that scene?
What?
Al Yankovic. That's a little too long. That thing's a bit of a mouth. Al Yankovic's a bit of a mouthful. You need a stage name. How about Weird Al Yankovic?
Weird Al Yankovic.
I love it.
I love it. It's amazing.
I was in the trailer, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's like he sings Rocky Road, and it's just like, oh, these guys don't seem like Rocky Road. These guys seem like heroin and whiskey singers. And then when he sings Rocky Road, some guy's like, give me a rum raisin. And he's just like, we don't have rum raisins. Like, you better start getting rum raisin before this song ends.
Roman Raisin, yeah.
I love Rocky Road. Fucking. There's so many good songs in it. Like,
Yeah.
it makes me want to re-listen to. I actually
Now I really want to re-listen to that, and I want to re-listen to some epic rap battles now.
Yeah, Amish Paradise is a classic.
Amish Paradise is probably... Wait, Amish Paradise.
I churn butter once or twice,
No, what was
living
that
in an Amish paradise.
What was that song? Oh, White and Nerdy.
Oh my gosh, that is such a good one.
They see me mowing
My front lawn. And they all know I'm thinking I'm so
White and nerdy. I think I'm white and nerdy. I want to roll with the gangsters.
I even it's not like not everyone's a hit, not all of them are hits, but like I was re-listening to like Party in the CIA, which is just a Miley Cyrus parody of Party in the USA.
Oh yeah.
So it's just making fun of the CIA and stuff like that. And it's
What
just
was
like,
that? There was that one. Shoot, that song that chick sang.
Which one?
And like Patton Oswalt's in the video, and he's like he plays a lizard.
Oh,
Royals.
Yeah, Royals.
Yeah, with my aluminum
Oh,
foil.
it's like the dumbest. Like, oh, it just sounds.
I never
like,
seem to finish all my food.
Oh man,
Also, like I remember watching that video, I was like, "This guy's a good-looking guy."
he is.
Yeah, he was like staring at the camera, and I was like, "Yo, you look like you're staring into my soul." I think are you flirting with me? I was like, "Jesus."
Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy.
What?
Christian's just shaking his head like,
Because it's
"God
like
damn
I
it."
fucking hate when Josh gets a crush on everybody we do a video on.
Legit, actually legit. But like, the way this movie like goes into obscurity after obscurity after obscurity, it's just like, how weird can this movie get? And then he just fucking dies.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this how the movie ends? And
Yeah.
then there's like a paying of tribute, black and white images, and I'm just laughing because I'm like, oh wow, they really just ended the film like that. He just dies. Rest in peace, Weird Al.
I mean, there was probably somebody at like the TIFF premiere who didn't know who Weird Al was.
Oh,
watched
guaranteed.
it. Weird Al sitting next to them.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, he's dead. Oh, that was such a beautiful film. He did so much. He killed Pablo Escobar.
Pablo
He's a
Escobar.
hero. Weird Al's just like, buddy, it was a fucking joke. That's me.
No, for Weird Al, he would keep the lie. He'd
That's
be like,
true.
yeah, man, rest in peace. I don't know where he's at, but
he was a hero.
he was a hero.
Yeah, never forget.
Never forget.
No, this movie was perfect.
I
through
think
and through.
I think the one thing I'd probably change a bit is maybe cut out some of the fat, because it did feel like there was a lot of stuff,
How
and
long
it
was this
just
movie again?
it was like an hour and 45.
Yeah, 108 minutes.
108
yeah, so that's an
minutes.
hour and 48 minutes. I feel like
Yeah.
it could have been like 90.
I had a similar thing with Dewey Cox. I love Dewey Cox, but there was a lot of moments where it's like, okay, we're in the 70s. Let's just get right into present day now. Like, I know what you're parodying next. You're gonna parody the 80s with the cocaine and shit, you know. But no, it's still clever. I think the jokes here are far better thought out than like most comedies nowadays,
Yeah.
where it's just improv.
Yeah.
It's like, hi, it's me talking for like 30 minutes about my shoes. Oh, my shoes don't fit. It's like I feel like comedies have like been so shit lately,
Yeah.
and they just do improv stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, big thing about that was, Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh my god, yeah.
That movie's just like improv comedy.
Yeah.
Let's just keep the cameras rolling, just say something funny.
I
Just
think
keep going.
I think the guy who directed this actually was one of the guys who did The Lonely Island with Sandberg and stuff.
Eric Apple is his name?
I
pronounced?
think so. Either that or he was like a big guy on Funny or Die. Like he directed a lot of the skits, and this is like his feature debut.
Yeah, he said
So,
it says that he's directed TV shows like Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
sense.
The Office, New Girl.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Congrats, Eric. This is your feature debut.
This is his debut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
Shit,
his
it is.
debut.
Well,
Congrats.
fucking hitting the ground running.
I like how Weird Al's handled the press of this, because like there's this tweet that he made. Somebody asked him, was like, if I don't have Roku, like how can I watch this film? And he's like, I'm sure you have a torrent of other questions, but I have to move along. Sorry. And he did all caps with torrent, and I'm like, thanks, Al. Dude,
Good guy, Al.
he's still going strong, man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Weird Al's fucking fantastic. I
He's
love that guy.
amazing. His humor still lands. I would say if you like this movie, watch UHF. It was made in the 80s.
UHF.
Yeah, it kind of parodies other things. Like there's this television program where it like has different movies that are parodies. It's like introducing Conan the Librarian, and it's just like Conan killing people that have overdue library books, and he's like, "Ah, you have an overdue library book," and it's just like the anticipated sequel, Gandhi 2, and now he's pissed off, and it's just Gandhi with a machine gun, like. I brought peace. Now you will die. It's like,
So was I talking to Matt? I think I was talking to my brother about my brother doesn't know who Gandhi was.
oh my fucking god.
We were talking about.
Have you read a book before?
Have you read a book before?
Like actually, how does
I was a 20-year-old not know who Gandhi was.
the fuck? You should watch Gandhi too.
You should watch. You should watch Gandhi too, and then listen to Martin Luther King versus Gandhi's rap battle. I am possibly resisting the fact that you suck. I'm celibate because I don't give a fuck.
Was that the Key and Peele one? Holy fuck, yeah, that was a good one. Dude, epic rap battle. I gotta rewatch some of those.
We're going to listen to a bunch of them when we finish.
Oh man, those actually give off a lot of Weird Al humor.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm surprised Weird Al wasn't in more of them. Like he played Isaac Newton. I think it's just because of the hair.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah.
He just had the hair, perfect timing.
Oh, and like the lines that he had to give in it. Like I remember when I was showing it to my dad. I was showing my dad Bill Nye versus Isaac Newton, and some of the lines that Weird Al had to say were like he was like quoting like an equation, and it was just like he was like Eminem level of rapping. It was like Rap God level of rapping.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, "Oh shit, that's Weird Al." Like it was when he started to hear him say that, he was like, "That's that's Weird Al, isn't it?"
He still got it.
Yeah.
He's like in his 60s now. and
Is he?
Yeah. He doesn't look anywhere
No.
near 60. And it's just because he's had that energy for that
63.
long. Yeah. Fucking A.
Yeah.
I love that. And there really isn't much else to say for the Weird Al biopic
No,
other than
that's-
it was like very creative
Yeah.
and it's refreshing
It's,
that we
it's
get
got a kind of a nice message to it, being yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
like-
I didn't walk in this movie expecting to be like hit with a great moral lesson coming out. Be yourself.
It's an obvious message. I
It's
mean, I
obvious,
like
yeah.
the parents at the beginning where it's just like, Weird, we're just looking after you and we feel like what makes you happy in your dreams are not good.
Yeah, I know,
Like,
right?
You just go straight to the point. I laugh so hard. I was
Yeah.
like,
That's like our parents being like, we know that you love doing this podcast, but stop.
but you have to stop. This is not good for you.
Yeah.
You got to stop following your dreams.
Yeah, your dreams are not good. So stop.
Or the guy who sells Al the accordion or
Yeah.
whatever, he gets beaten up by his dad.
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere, I'm like, what the hell are you doing in my house? And just punches him, and he's just on the ground bleeding. He's like, "Can someone help me?" I'm just, yeah.
I think this movie also like really, who else could have played Weird Al other than Daniel Radcliffe? Do you think?
Oh, there could have been a ton of people.
I know, but I feel like Daniel Radcliffe, like looking at like his filmography outside of Harry Potter, because he really, I was looking at it earlier today. And it's like he really hasn't been in a ton. The only thing I've seen that him in that wasn't Harry Potter was Swiss Army Man. You ever seen that?
Yes, the Paul Dano. I gotta rewatch that too. Same people who directed Everything Everywhere all
Yeah.
at once.
Chris,
But-
you ever see Swiss Army
Army-
Man? Oh, dude, it's too fucking.
Yeah.
The first opening minute, the opening scene where it's like he starts riding Daniel Radcliffe's body like a boat,
Oh, it's great.
and then the title card just goes. Nah, 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 nah.
But like with Daniel Radcliffe, like I feel like he's picking more indie films now because
I think he should.
well, also because he can because Harry Potter residuals. Like you
It's-
kidding me?
yeah,
Like this guy can.
It's kind of similar to like Robert Pattinson, how Robert Pattinson picks his films.
Oh yeah, he's got like that Twilight money. So
Yeah, so he doesn't need to like be in a big. I think he mentioned it in an interview where Robert Pattinson's like, I had the chance to be a part of this so early on, and now I can kind of pick and do what I want.
Yeah.
And what I want to do is this.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah, I'm glad Daniel Radcliffe is like, I can be creative. I can do creative things now. I don't need to like worry about paychecks because I was in one of the biggest film franchises of all time.
Yeah.
and I was a star of it. So now I can just do my thing, and
Exactly.
So I remember so now whenever I see Daniel Radcliffe, I'm just like, what the fuck, Daniel Radcliffe?
Yeah. I kind of appreciate that, and a lot of actors in this film as well. Like I liked how they kind of nailed their performance well enough that it's like it's comedic, but it doesn't like overshadow the rest of the movie,
Yeah,
which I appreciate. Like I don't know who the actress who played Oprah Winfrey, but she did a great job.
yeah,
It was like a quick little interview and stuff, and it's just like, wow, you have a lot of those. What is this? Silver, the CDs or whatever,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
awards. It's like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, these are really heavy. I'm like shit, I didn't think it would be that bad, but they bring it back up because he fucking kills Pablo with one of them.
Yep.
Tries to
Yep.
take it out of his head, and it's like, oh, it's all
Speaking
bloody.
of Pablo Escobar,
I
so
love
Pablo
that guy.
Escobar's so part of this movie.
I love that guy. The actor they
Yeah.
I've only seen him in one other film. It was called Yes Day.
Uh-huh.
Not an amazing film. It was a family film, but like in this, he's just so calm and like chill. Like he's got that face where he's got like a baby face. So
Yeah.
when you put a mustache on him, he just looks funny.
And it's like, I wanted Weird Al to sing at my birthday party.
Yeah, it's great.
Weird Al just fucking murders him and saves Madonna.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's
This movie was a wild ride. I need to watch this movie again, like
We
intoxicated.
should probably watch Dewey Cox as well.
Then we should do a back-to-back feature. Like we should the three of us should just come here and then just one day, no filming, just watch these two movies back to back and just
Oh, yeah.
chill.
It's
I'll bring cigars.
we'll bring cigars. We'll have a cigar time.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, we should do it in the backyard in the summer.
yeah, well, you say summer. We're in November right
Well, I
now.
know, but I'm just saying, like, the vibe of the three of us have been like we make these plans that never come to fruition until a few months. So let's just throw this one out there too.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll write it down on the list of things to do. I have a
Yeah.
booklet now. I have a 50-page booklet.
50 pages of things that we've been trying to do that we haven't been able
I'm
to
like
do.
flipping through. I'm like shit.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to California. We've been saying we're going to go to California since like we started the podcast. Since we did fucking Cupid.
It's gonna happen. Oh, and Cupid. Shit. You bring up Cupid every time, and I'm just like, it's gonna get made. It will get made when it's made. When we're 35, I will release it.
And it'll be like, yo, why does Josh look older in Cupid than he does now?
It's like, the Disney Vault? We got
Yeah.
the Real Talk Vault. We got Cupid. We got deleted scenes of Tough in
Oh,
there.
God.
We got
Whatever that film that you were mentioning is Matt Sahagan wants to do.
oh yeah, Matt. We're gonna get these things done. Are we gonna get them done anytime soon? Probably
Anytime
not.
soon.
What are your final thoughts on Weird
I thought
Al?
it was great. I liked it
Yeah.
a lot. Obviously it's not a perfect movie, but
Yeah.
it's a comedy. I don't judge comedies the way I judge like what did we review last week? We reviewed
Black Panther.
Black Panther. Like I don't judge movies the same.
Yeah.
I judge them based on the genre. And for comedies, I'm a lot more like as long as you make me laugh, as long as I have a good time. You're a 10 out of 10 to me. There are so many movies that are comedies that I'll give a 10 out of 10 to because I don't judge them the same way I judge other films. So this is a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, fair enough. I would say in terms of comedies, it's above average. I'd
Mhm.
probably give it a 6 out of 10.
Holy shit.
Well, no, I
Yeah.
mean, like for me, like if a comedy really works, like I'm in tears. There's moments in this where I laughed a lot, but I feel like if they cut a little bit out, made it more tighter,
Yeah.
it would have been a more enjoyable film. But at the same time, I love Weird Al.
Yeah.
Weird Al's great. I want him to make more stuff, make more music.
We should get him
make
on the
more-
podcast.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we can get him on.
yeah, we're
Weird
gonna talk
Al.
interviews.
If you are watching this, please check out our review
And
and
also-
our podcast.
And Weird Al, don't forget to check out our Patreon if you want to support the channel. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You like that? You like that? Yeah.
Best transition you've had so far.
So if
Josh.
you enjoyed this video, let us know what you thought of Weird, the Al Yankovic story down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Check out our Instagram and our TikTok for some of our shorter clips. And check out our Patreon if you want to support the channel. And with all that being said, guys, we'll talk to you guys next time. Peace out, y'all.
Peace out, Kermit.